dozens of corporations are now now deciding to call the Republicans who um, voted for the to try and decertify the election and object to it, and who incited violence, so the insurrection. They decided to stop donating to them. And they decided to call them the Treason Caucus. And they are the Treason Caucus. Let's just be aware of that. Like they are the Treason Caucus, right wingers. I have some tissues. Do this with your eyes. Clean that snout. Just please cry. Because I know that's what's happening. I get plenty of right wingers. You dumb Democrat, you could do this. And then I say, provide me evidence, bitch, and they don't. So anyway, sidetrack. Back to the point. So, these corporations include the health insurance industry, the banking industry, Wall Street, fossil fuel companies and executives, everybody in Washington. Basically, if you think of Washington, you think of all the corruption, they're all saying, like, we're done here. Now, look, this includes companies like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Citibank, Bank of America, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo, Carrier, and all kinds of other companies. Pharmaceutical industry, health insurance industry. And what they're saying is, we're going to stop donating to you. We're not going to donate to you any longer because you supported the insurrection in the Capitol, and you also tried objecting to the Electoral College's votes. And the thing about these corporations, guys, is once they know who's president, these people see facts. They're not in power. They don't have a base to keep happy. They don't know. They have their pockets. And they're like, do my pockets feel good? And the thing is these corporations have already been warned by Forbes, hey, you work with these guys, we're going to assume that anything you put out there as a company, how much you're worth, your stock price, what you're selling, all of that, we're going to assume all that's a lie, and we're just not going to believe it. So, don't hire any Trump officials. So what they can't do is, what they can't do is continue donating to these Republicans because of that. And so now what's happening is other places, other corporations are saying, we are going to look at who else incited this violence, who else objected to the certification of the election, and we're going to talk about it. Now, this brings up an interesting topic because people are like, hooray! They're not donating to the Republican Party anymore. Woo! And there's two problems here. Number one, it gives the Republicans power here. Those that don't have any corporate money, I don't know how they're going to rely on funding their elections. I really don't. Like, this is going to be weird, right? Now, they still have enough corporations that'll still side with them, so maybe that'll help. Or they'll go to their base. But they can now say to the Democrats, or to the base and to current Democrats, I don't take any corporate money, and my opponent does. Now they can do what we do and say, look at all the money they take, look at all the stocks they trade, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. And look, they're going to be doing the same thing, but they have now the moral argument. When it should be that these corporations, like, because people are kind of being like, oh, hooray, these corporations are going to stop donating to the Republican Party. Everybody should stop donating to the Democratic Party too. All these corporations, like the Democratic Party, should go back to previously to prior to the 70s when they did not take corporate money. So like they should go back to that. We shouldn't have any money in politics. We should have publicly funded elections so that Republicans wouldn't have to depend on what does Blue Cross Blue Shield want. What does ExxonMobil or Comcast or Bank of America, what do they want? Right? We should get all the money out, right? That's the biggest problem that I see here is that we're having all this argument of or cheering like, yay, insurrectionists don't get more money. How about nobody get money from the corporations? How about we just support what the people want? Because guys, in Washington and all over the country, you have all these lobbyists who get paid millions of dollars a year, billions of dollars altogether. There's a lot of money in Washington floating around. They walk around the Capitol making sure that these Republicans and Democrats are voting for the corporations and doing their bidding. So if we free them and if nobody takes any more corporate PAC money, we don't have to worry about that. And guys, 90% of the American people supports not having money in politics. So if 90% of the American people are like, fuck yeah, we don't want money in politics. Hell no. Well, guess what? There you go. They're just going to not want, people don't like that these Republicans and Democrats take money from these corporations. And so, good on these corporations for not donating to them, but bad on these corporations for giving money to the Democrats and the rest of the Republican Party. Guys, they're still giving money to the rest of the Republican Party, okay? And they're still giving money to Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell, who are the minority leaders. Oh, it feels so nice to say. I'm not going to lie. With Mitch McConnell, minority leader Mitch McConnell, they're still giving money to them, and they're funneling the money to the rest of the Republicans. So now they're probably going to have some stipulations by the corporations. Don't give money to this person, that person, whatever, right? But again, they're still giving money to the Democratic Party, and we need to stop that. Like, it has to stop. And if you're wondering, gee, why did these Republicans agree to impeach President Trump today? Well, guys, it's probably because the money's on the line. Like, these corporations needed to see, are you going to vote against this motherfucker right here? Are you going to vote against this president, this insurrectionist, this white domestic terrorist himself, the leader of the movement? And if you are, then we'll give you back the money. And then the corruption starts all over again. So, again, we don't need the Republicans taking the corporate PAC money. We should have the rest of the Republican Party denounce it. And we should have the Democratic Party as a whole denounce corporate money. And then we can get policies like getting money out of politics, for example. Medicare for all, jobs for all, housing for all, college for all, forgiving student debt, forgiving medical debt, ending the wars, right? Like, we can get all of those policies if we didn't have money in politics. So there you go. Who knows how many more Republicans are going to fall prey to this, but we'll see. I'm just curious to see if maybe more Americans will support getting money out of politics.